Alright, welcome. This is video 11.4, and today we will be covering volume. So last chapter we were talking about area. This time we're talking about volume. So we're going to say that the volume of a prism is the product of the area of the base and the height of the prism. So last chapter we talked about finding the area for these two-dimensional shapes. Now we have these three-dimensional shapes, and our formula is going to be big B times H. Big B just stands for the area of the base. Okay, so in this case, if it's a square, if it's a rectangle, if it's a triangle, big B is the area of the base. So make sure you have that written down with the picture. And then the other one is a volume of a cylinder, which again, the formula for volume is going to be the same every time. Big B, area of the base, times H. Just this time we're talking about a circle, and we didn't really talk about a circle that much before, but a circle, the area of a circle is pi times r squared, radius squared. So that's the area of the base. So all we're going to do, anytime we're finding volume, is we find the area of the base, and the only thing different we're going to do is multiply it by the height. Okay, so let's do a few problems. Alright, so first problem is, it says, what is the volume of the rectangular prism? So we just got to remember our volume formula. Volume equals big B, which stands for area of the base, times the height. Okay, so when we are looking at this right here, this rectangular prism, we can actually have in a rectangular prism different bases. So we could have this be our base, the top be our base, but let's say on the side, I'm going to have this side over here. This is going to be my base. Okay, so I need to find the area of that base. So again, that's a rectangle. So area of a rectangle is length times width. So this is going to be 20 times 10. And then I'm going to multiply that by the height. Just remember though, the height is from one of the bases to the other base. The other base is over there. So from one base to the other base, this 24 is my height. So I have times 24. So I'm going to get 200 times 24, which is going to give me volume is going to equal 4,800. And again, we got to label it centimeters, and this time remember it is we are multiplying these three all together. It's a three-dimensional shape, so anytime we do volume, it's always going to be cubed that we have right there. Okay, all right, next one. All right, problem number 2 that we have right here. This time we have the volume of a triangular prism. So again, my volume formula is the same. It's area of the base, big B, times H. And this time we have this triangular prism. So to go from this side to the other side, my two triangles are going to be my bases. So there's going to be one base right there. So I need to find the area of this triangle. And remember, area of a triangle is base times height, which is going to be, we'll put over here to the side, 10 times 6, that's my base, that's my height, divided by 2. So this is going to give me 60 right here, 60 divided by 2, which then that's going to give me 30. So the area of this triangle right here is 30, and then we need to multiply that by the height. So again, the height is from one base to the other base, so from one triangle to the other triangle, my height in this case is going to be 5. So I go 30 times 5, and that means my volume for this triangular prism is going to be 150. And again, we label it meters, and anytime it's volume, it's always going to be cubed. Alright, and the last problem that we have right here is we have a cylinder. So again, our volume right here is going to be big B times H. And it says, what is the volume of the cylinder in terms of pi? So that just means that we're going to keep that pi and not round this answer. So again, big B, this time the area we got to find, our base is going to be a circle. So to find the circle, area of a circle is pi r squared. So if my r is 3, I'm going to get pi times 3 squared, which is going to be pi times 9, and then my height is from one base to the other base. That is going to be times 8 that I have right here, and so we are going to leave this as pi, and we're going to label this centimeters cubed. Okay, so there's going to be some problems that are going to ask you to round, use 3.14 or that pi button on your calculator, but there's going to be other problems that say, hey, just leave pi as is, because this is going to tell me 72 times pi centimeters cubed. So again, that's, if you were leaving pi, that's an acceptable answer that we have right there, and there are 3 problems. Okay, see you guys soon.